Today we're on page 108. We're continuing our practice with diagramming subjects and verbs. Today's page uses verb phrases with the subject, so it's a little bit harder. We're trying to bring it all together. When we did them in an isolated exercises, it was a lot easier. Many students find this page a little more difficult, so we're going to do a lot of this together today just to give you some additional guided practice. So in each one of these, you're going to read the sentence, you're going to actually mark it here, and then write the subject on the first line and the verb phrase. In this case, it'll be a verb phrase here after the predicate line. So if you want to go ahead and pause the video now, you can, and go ahead and try to do 1 through 5 on your own. And then I'll go over these pretty quickly, or you can do one at a time and pause the video and then do the next one and then watch as we go over the answers. Whichever one works best for you. Number 1, it says Tim is sleeping in his bed. Who or what is our sentence about? We want to find our subject. Well, it's about Tim. And what is Tim doing? Typically what happens is students will tell me, well, sleeping. But sleeping isn't the full verb. In this case, we have a verb phrase. Do you see that helping verb? Is. So you underline is sleeping. That is our verb phrase. So you have to have all the parts. All of these sentences in the top section have a verb phrase where we're using a helping verb with a main verb. It's diagrammed exactly the same as yesterday's. Subject goes first. And then on the second part, you're writing the verb phrase. Instead of one word, you will have 2 words. The helping verb and the main verb. Number 2, you should have underlined Dad is your subject. Has run is your verb phrase. So Dad goes here and has run. So helping verb, main verb. Number 3, the phone had rung 3 times. Who or what's our sentence about? Well, it's about the phone. What did the phone do? The phone had rung. So phone goes here on the subject line. Had rung is our verb phrase. Number 4, here we have a subject pronoun as our subject. It's just I. Okay, so I is your subject. What am I doing? Well, I am thinking. That's your verb phrase. So again, helping verb and a main verb. And the last one, number 5, says Brandon's mistakes were erased carefully. This one is tricky because we have a possessive adjective. Brandon's has an apostrophe S, so it's Brandon by itself is a noun, but when we add the apostrophe S, it becomes an adjective, and adjectives are not subjects of the sentence. It has to be a noun or a pronoun, a subject pronoun. So Brandon's what? Well, mistakes is your subject here. So that one trips many of us up. We wanted to write Brandon's as our subject, but it's actually mistakes. Brandon's is the adjective that describes whose mistakes. Well, what happened to Brandon's mistakes? Where's our verb? Again, here we have a helping verb and a main verb. Were erased. All right, so I hope you did well on that section. If you missed any, just pause the video, and I'd like for you to go ahead and make those corrections to your paper so you have it done correctly on your paper. At the bottom now, we have one sentence with compound subject and another sentence with a compound verb. Here, though, we do not have verb phrases, so the verbs are just singular words. So number 1, we have Abby and Katie. We're looking for those words and, right? That's the conjunction. that joins our two subjects. The sentence is about Abby and Katie. So we're going to underline Abby one time, Katie one time, and you would write them on the subject lines here. And what do Abby and Katie do? Well, here we don't actually have an action verb. So if I say, what did they do? You might be kind of confused. Remember, helping verbs can be used by themselves. Those verbs are often used as describing verbs. They're used when we're describing something or someone. Here we're describing Abby and Katie, and we use the verb are. So in this one, you just had the verb are by itself. In the second one, it says the girls ran and played at the playground. Again, we have the conjunction and, but it's joining two verbs instead of two subjects. Who or what is our sentence about? Who's our subject? Well, girls is our subject. And what are the girls doing, or what did the girls do? In this case, it's past tense. They ran. Okay, and I have, again, the conjunction and, so I need to look at the next word, and I have the verb played. Just like we did on our previous page, you write the first verb on top, and the second one goes on the bottom line. Hopefully that seemed a little bit easier this time than last. We're going to continue practicing with finding subjects and verbs. We're also going to do a little bit of review in our next lesson, talking about remembering capital letters and punctuation, sentence types, commas. So I look forward to seeing you, or at least, I guess, spending a little time with you via video next time.